alchemy again. This is just going to be a real short one. This is dedicated to my grandson Nolan. He's really the only one I care that gets this one. This one is called Moving Outside of Time. In my first video I talked about the importance of an exhale. If one practices breath work and practices exhaling, they will be able to repattern their nervous system to more readily exhale in those moments I was talking about when you need to breathe. Moving outside of time, I've never heard anybody use those words before. They're my own, I just made it up. A good friend of mine named Danny, back in my Navy days, when I was 17, 18 years old, was like a Hawaiian shaman. He taught me a lot of things about breath work. It was a little more advanced than the things that I learned from my older brother in martial arts. And Danny gave us all this one little gift, that we used on the flight line. I've used with many of my friends. I've only had very little concept of breath work I do. Basically what I did in the first video. I gave them that much, and then I explained to them the concept I'm about to explain to you about moving outside of time. And then I took them into situations where things would happen to them so fast and so quick that there was no way that any human mind could possibly keep up with it, just to test the theory, and we're all still alive. Moving outside of time relates to those moments in time, like when you're in an accident or something happens and everything freezes and you have a picture and everything's frozen. Okay? That's a bad thing. That means you're on an inhale, that you're frozen, and something bad's about to happen to you. Okay? So there's two ways you can do this. One way is patterning, like I was talking about. If you pattern yourself, when some things start to happen that are out of your mind's control, you're automatically going to exhale, because that's what that patterning leads to. That takes many, many years. What you do in the meantime is you just work with the concept of exhale, and you keep that in your forefront, and then when things happen, you tell yourself to exhale. So when you're telling yourself to exhale in that moment, you're letting go of the moment, you're connecting with spirit just briefly, just for a fraction of a second, just long enough for you to depressurize, unlock your body, and let it on its own reaction shift to the situation, which could be only 2 inches this way, 2 inches that way. It could be that little. And that's the difference between life and death, right? That's called moving outside of time. And you can do many, many things with breath work, as I explained before. There's no one master that holds all the keys to breath work. You have to go out and learn it yourself, practice it yourself, work with all the different techniques that come along. I warned about some. But how do I know about warning? Because I tried them, and just to wrap this up, alchemy, that's where it comes from. One of my buddies tagged me with that, and I liked it. And the reason is because pretty much I've done everything that ever came across my path, good and bad. Moving outside of time. Exhale. It can save your life. It's that freaking important. Okay, alchemy out.